The weather is still bad. Lacerations are still giving me grief and I'm out of food. The best I can do is hunt and rest here until I recover. As I'm looking around for prey, I notice a moose is around. It won't be an easy hunt, but at least it will give me plenty of meat. I try and keep my distance from it and fire away until it charges at me, escaping into a cave nearby. I missed every shot. I need to be better than this. I go back at it, this time hitting it, but as I'm being extra cautious, it takes all the way until night to bring it down. I spend most of my nights stripping it down and storing the meat in a cave nearby, resting until my wounds have healed. In the morning, I make my way north, hoping to come across a way into Milton. But as I explore the area, I eventually curl up in my bedroll, just barely getting warm enough to not freeze. Then, as I warm up, the sun shines through, enabling me to start the fire and carry on. It didn't take long to find the cave to warm up completely, and as I come out on the other side after a small climb, I find myself in the region near Milton. The sun is setting at this point, so when the cave comes into view, I rest for the night. It's not the greatest of days, but it will do. A wolf stalks a rabbit in the distance, so after he gets it, I shoot it, then steal his prey. I'll cook it when I arrive at the peak. But as I arrive at the top, I realize my mistake. I can hear this wolf very close to me. It can smell me because of the rabbit, attacking me as soon as I get my feet on the ground. I try and put it down after the attack, luring me into firing my bow like a dummy and breaking it due to the panic. I grab a torch as my only way of defending myself, but it ran away. Following its trail, I come across a house. Being followed by another wolf and needing to rest, I go to it just to find it locked. Luckily, a key is not far, so after making myself cozy inside, I rest for the night. I start exploring first thing in the morning, taking notice of how close a cougar is to the farmhouse. Needing all sorts of resources in Milton, I spend the first day looking through all the houses in there, followed by a second day doing the same, despite the bad weather. As I explore it, I search the vehicles for any batteries I can find, but none have been found so far. At least, as the weather clears out, I can see the antenna just fine, and there's a chance I find a battery near it like last time. The place is full of useful materials and looking pretty good. I just need to get up there and see if I can repair this antenna. But as I dreaded, I repaired everything but the battery. They're so heavy. I really wish this would be easier. I have enough loot and food to keep me going for a while, so I'll start looking into every car in the region for it. But no car in town had any batteries in them. That is beyond weird. After looting the gas station, I make my way back and rest, committed to find a battery the next day. There's a bridge at the other end of town. Chances are more cars will be around. But even after spending the whole day searching every car I found until I find a dead end, not a single battery was given. I get back and start organizing my inventory. If I'm going to carry this battery from afar, I better be walking light. I repair my clothes and make my way to the lake, grabbing whatever food the wolves hunted for me, leaving behind a sort of breadcrumbs for the trip back. In the morning, I spot a moose, and after resting, plus a couple of ropes, I find myself near the lake. But a blizzard wants to stop my progress. At this point, I know this area pretty well, and feeling healthy, I walk in the general direction of the lake until I arrive at the cabin. Then I repair my clothes as best I could, and some arrows I've broken along the way. The only car I can remember around here is near the dam, but again, there's nothing there. Being here, Pleasant Valley becomes my next target. Perhaps I can repair that station and grab an extra battery for the Milton transmitter. Inside the hut, there is some materials I can use, including a battery. That leaves only the fuses. I make it to the farmhouse, where I find another battery, but no fuses. In the end, I'm forced to go back to the lake to grab some fuses, then back to repair the station and pick up the battery. The thing is, I'm getting hungry at this point, and a buck is right there, so I might as well leave a stash of food here. As I'm finishing up, an aurora starts, and the radio picks up on something. I'm way too curious to let it be. I push through my fatigue to find the source of the signal, finding a hatch. I explore the place, noticing a transcript. I can't make much of it. It seems to be someone recalling some sort of memory, but can't recall it that well. And on another room, a security log. Something about a machine, but again, it's very cryptic and can't make much of it, except that there is unrest. What did I stumble upon? Outside, a blizzard is starting. I make it into the farmhouse, and once it's over, I slowly and painfully make it to the lake cabin. I make myself as light as possible, due to having to climb a rope with the battery and make it back to Milton, straight to repair that station. The signal is sending me this time to a nearby valley, and wanting to find more about the bunkers and the machine, I go straight to it. Unsure of how long I'll have to stay here, I hunt a deer nearby. By the time I finish, I had my answer. I'm not staying long. The aurora comes in full blast, and the radio sends me straight into another bunker. The bunker is similar, and after finding more transcripts and logs, I'm left still without a clue what's going on. After waking up, I grab some food and start walking south, past the muskeg and into a region called Bleak Inlet. Immediately, as I get there, I hear a growl that triggered my fight or flight, and I was tipping a lot more towards flight. Without the radio to guide me, I wait inside the trailer for an aurora to turn it back on. And as soon as it comes back to life, I risk going out again to find another hatch. This time, actually finding a clue on where to go next. The security logs mentions the mines, and there's a lot of science mumbo-jumbo I don't understand. Since the airfield was their loading area and all the transmitters have been repaired, I'm now set to go and look for a bunker in the area. But first, I need to get past the cougar that has its sight set on me. I give it as much space as I can, but only after I get past the weak ice area it gives up on me. It's good to know it hates the water as much as I do. Back in the hangar, I'm running very low on food, so a hint is on the table. There's a rope nearby, and due to the higher point of view, I might be able to spot prey easily. But as I'm gathering wood for cooking, I'm caught by a blizzard. I am too tired to go down the rope. I would just fall and die. I can't find a position to set my bedroll near the fire to recover. A fire is only good until the wind turns and blows it. I warm up the teas I have, the wind turning and blowing my fire out, and to the unknown I go. I'm looking desperately for a cave or any shelter to survive this storm, praying there is something. The shadows in the snow playing tricks on me. And out of nowhere, a hut. Without a thought, I get in as the cold was starting to get to me. With context, I now know what these helicopters were about. And it does seem people were getting wary of whatever was going on there. In the morning, I'm nearly starving, but a few nearby rabbits are now also looking for food after the blizzard. I finally get out of the hole I got myself into. I return to the hangar and take a nap, hoping for an aurora to show me the way. And there it was, my ticket out of here. But the radio is not catching any signals. I remember the helicopter nearby, but as I get there, no signals are around. The longer I walk out here, the weaker I feel, but I push through, hoping to find a signal on the opposite side. And thankfully, I catch it. When I find the hatch, I'm on my last leg. This bunker is a lot bigger than the others so far, perhaps a base of operations. Now I'm getting worried I'm way over my head. Some kind of illness started, but it's an unknown one. The disease seems to have long memory effects. Feels kind of like Alzheimer to me. People are getting frustrated and aware it's not something natural. It's time to search the mining operation. Different reports mentioned it, clarifying the machine was built there. At least I got something out of this. I quickly make my way back to the hangar, eat, and rest. When the weather allows it, I make my move to the mines. The first thing I notice once I get there is the wolves look sick. That can't be good. Followed by the probable reason behind it. Chemical spills everywhere. I try to stay away from it, but as soon as I feel funky, the wolves come to mind, and not wanting to be sick myself, I back off and look for another way. As I explore the area, I come across a wolf, and needing food, I shoot it. Though as I check his meat, all of it is beyond salvaging. In the distance, a huge complex catches my eye. Probably the mining processing. Though what the hell were they mining here? But right now I must warm up. Then I move towards the facility, staying away from the contaminated areas as best as possible. The mining building is huge, without that much loot, but eventually I come across an elevator shaft that takes me into the mines. I go down the rope and start exploring. It's pitch dark down here, and against common sense, I start exploring it. Some good stuff is down here, but eventually, the worst happens. I get lost. Without a clear way to get out or get back, there is poisoned air in some areas, and everything looks the same. Coming across an area that looks safer than the rest, I sleep for the night. My search continues for a way out until I finally find it. But this area is contaminated as well, getting me sick nearly instantly, forcing me back to search for another exit. In desperation, I push myself to the limit, holding my breath to search further into the poisoned areas. But with no success, as my vision blurred and I don't want to end suffocating. After walking for what seemed days, I come across a sign pointing me to the elevator shaft. I couldn't be happier to take it. Then climb up the rope, finding myself back where I started, taking the first exit I find. But there's a blizzard going. So without any other option, I explore the rest of the building, ending up in an office area, where to my surprise, I find a gas mask. Then, the dread sets in. I must go to the mines again. As if there's anything to be found, it will be down there. So back into the mines I go, this time passing through the poisoned areas with ease and finding new challenges to pass through. I must be going in the right direction. Ah yes, daylight. This must be it. Or maybe not. I'm back outside, in the middle of nowhere, deciding to explore it to find if something is here. Something finds me instead. I start a fire in a panic, knowing I'd be safer, then shoot the bear. It runs away, and as I've been struggling for food, I chase it down for its meat. I cook most of it, but as the weather turns, I try to find the cave it came from. It can't be far. After finding it, another fire is started to make water, dropping most of the loot I was carrying to make sure the meat can be carried over with ease, leaving it at the entrance. Eventually, I do manage to catch a signal for a cache, following it and finding a key that would send me deep into the mines, until I finally reach it, the machine. For some odd reason, I feel tempted to touch it. Monkey brain in action. Then I passed out. When I return to, the machine is active. An aurora is probably powering this thing, and the message is playing, which I'll later find was Rudiger's last will, together with the remains of the security chief. She was left behind by him, even though according to her last log, she was in love with him. What a bastard. She left a Polaroid with the location she loved, so I grab her remains, with the intent of burying her there as her final resting place. I get out, somehow feeling none of this was right, and some sense of wanting justice for this. I go back to the cave, get ready to move, and find her favorite place. Then I enter a cave that, according to her notes, should take me where he escaped to afterwards. After quite the journey inside it, I find myself in a mountainous region. The weather is alright, but the wind sucks. And soon that damn fog comes back, leaving me with very poor visibility. Still, I managed to find a rope and follow the road uphill. But the higher I go, the colder it gets. Thankfully, there is huts every now and then for climbers to rest, or I would be dead already. After a quick rest to warm up, I keep going, following a sign through the fog I can't quite see. Stubborn, I force myself to keep going as I feel so close to it past this bridge. And that's when everything went wrong for me. A pack of wolves surround me, nibbling at me at every chance they get. I'm in the corner and try my best to fight back. When it's over, I'm weak. My clothes need repairs, and the extreme cold is making me feel dizzy. Night comes by, and the rest of the pack comes back for me. Another bite, and I'm nearly dead at this point. I take my last resort and run away to where I can defend myself. Blinded by blood loss, cold, and the adrenaline, I find myself near another bridge in a dead end. I start the fire and try to recover my health by sleeping, spending my stock of coal and wood for it. But the insomnia from the fog doesn't allow me to sleep more than a few minutes at a time, making me rested enough to travel, but in very poor health. One hit. That's all it will take. I gotta move on, trying to move up, finding what the radio must have been sending me to all this time, but no obvious path to take. In the distance, a chimney gives me hope to have shelter and recover, shattering it as the hut is encased by snow. Then the bear blocks my way to the left, forcing me to the right, as I look for its cave to rest, where more wolves wait for me. Stuck in a corner, I fight with all I have. But the wolf takes the last nibble I have to give. Life flashes through my eyes, reminding me of all I left behind, the things I'll never discover. The long dark embracing me in the end. Thanks for watching.